Okay. All right. Hey, all you pilgrims on the Ascension journey. Why I always say that, because we're in it. We're in the Ascension process. Man, lots to discuss, guys. Wow. Did you guys feel the? Okay, so about the half of the day on the 4th, January 4th, 2019, massive wave came in, and through the 5th too. So I'm talking like 36 hours, man, like a massive wave came in. And now here's what happened. Okay. So these particles, right, that we always talk about, the adamantine particles, the gamma rays, come in, and your dormant DNA, it restructures your dormant DNA. Well, what it does is it's adding more energy. It's adding more light. Light is energy. And it's adding more into that DNA structure, and it's waking it up, okay? So the 4th and 5th strands coming back online. So it's cool, all the way to the 12th strand DNA template. Anyways, so in this wave that happened, okay, check this out. This is this is mind blowing. Okay, so in that wave, and then into, and I'll try to throw up some charts here. Okay, so then Trump gave his speech on, I believe, the 8th. Okay, and then right into the 9th of January, we saw a split in the chart, like the data that's being pulled from like 24 stations, or 224 substations or something. The one that we use a lot that's in Russia because it's not tampered with. Anyways, there was a black line, there was a strip, and the we timeline jumped because such a massive wave came in and it woke people up more, their consciousness. And then right after, when Trump gave the speech, people were waking up, right? And then when you have that kind of consciousness, it does the timeline move. It shifts to a different timeline, and hence you have the butterfly effect or the Mandela effect. Ooh, we're going to get into that too, the Mandela effect, man. Wow. Okay, so I'll try to put up the other chart too from the heart math. I'm going to put up the other chart because they have 1, 2, 3, 4, like about 6 places from data substations where they take the data. I think there's about 6 on one of their Schumann resonances chart. They have, anyways, the South African one, okay, during that week. Crazy, you see it. You see the wave come in on, because now we're not seeing, I took pictures, no, I didn't take pictures on that because there was no wave to be seen on that timeline jump, right? It's really tricky here to get that, to get a hold of the like real data. It's really difficult, especially with things being hidden so much, and you never know where some of the data's tampered with. I mean, it's like me buying the research papers for $40, $50 a pop, it's crazy that all that's the scientific knowledge, how much of it's hidden. Okay, instead of going off into that. Anyways, timeline jumped to another higher primary timeline. I mean, I can't believe how smooth it's going right now, actually. It boggles my mind because I thought it was going to be a way rougher ride. I mean, it's going to be rougher here in the next 4 years because people are waking up to a lot of the darkness. So we won't get into that. But what I wanted to get into for the cognitive dissonance, because I always talk about it, because you got, to keep your neurons and neurotransmitters and neuropeptides and all the hormone, the chemical messengers inside your biological body, your avatar. Keep that rolling so that you have discernment and your intuition, and you can tap into your higher self, your next level. If you clean up your biological body, you can you can, when you meditate, you're a little bit cleaner to tap into more of the God, more of the source code, more of yourself, more of your higher self, more of your oversoul, more of your soul group, however you want to look at it. You know me, I use descriptions from spiritual and I use scientific ones and stuff like that. So I'm not in kind of one genre because I read it all, and I've kind of experienced a lot of it about for 54, 55 years now. So anyways, not that, you know, you care about that. I want to read today from Natural Nootropics, Alchemical Wizard 16, another one that I wrote so that we start to think about, you know, cooking with herbs and the different plants and stuff that can help us through our, you know, metabolisms. And, you know, we've talked about mitochondria biogenesis, and to oxygenate those through the cell walls so that we can oxygenate and get that magnesium in there and the things that we need to stimulate mitochondria biogenesis so we can make more of them, and then it will help, you know, it regenerates cells. So, and you want to keep regenerating your cells in your brain, your brain cells, instead of destroying them, so that you can, like, hey, cool, what's going on? You can keep learning and everything. Okay? So, what else was I going to talk about? I talked about the Mandela butterfly effect, because you're going to see some of that when we switch into timelines, because it's a symbiotic relationship when your consciousness grows. And that's why it's so important that when what I'm trying to relate to you guys for consideration is, I say it all the time, is when you're working on yourself, you're working on, you know, being in more harmony, being more loving, right? And being healthier and happier and joyful, and then you can help nourish other people, and then that's the stone that goes in the pond and ripples out. So that's the same thing with your thought and your consciousness. It ripples out, and so, and then there's a collective consciousness that gets into the morphogenetic fields that I always talk are, you know, electromagnetic, and these frequencies, right, that we always talk about, the Schumann frequencies. Anyways, so that's the energy that we're putting out and into the collective, and then it goes out into the cosmos or microcosmos, or, you know, it goes into the subatomic too. So you can get into particle physics and quantum physics, and, you know, there's, you know, all the multidisciplinary sciences that we have on planet Earth. That, you know, so that went out, and we jumped into another timeline, because all the timelines are like all connected, and we can jump into these timelines. I think what happens is after about the fourth or fifth dimensional, that linear time, those timelines kind of merge, and then you're in the space-time continuum, which we've talked about before. Let's read from here. I always get off on another tangent, don't I? Alchemical Wizard 16, Natural Nootropics. Remember I told you I was going to write an article about this. Anyways, the enhancement of mood. Man, lots going on. I'm just so glad to be alive right now, you guys. I mean, if you get Ascension symptoms, just be glad that you're getting them, and you're feeling, and that means you're incorporating more of the photonic wave. You're getting more of that energy. You're getting the gamma that's going inside and into your biofield energetics, your biofield physiology, and it's helping the RNA, you know, restructure and light up the dormant DNA that's inside of us all. So we all have potential. We're all awesome. I mean, seriously, you're in a human body, man. What a great design, right? I mean, really, when you look at this thing, I mean, there's so many cool things going on. Biomimicry, permaculture, xeriscaping, intentional communities around the globe. There's free energy being developed. The plasma, there's stuff that's 200 years in advance sitting on the shelves waiting for us as soon as we get rid of this corruption. I mean, there are great things going on, guys. Okay. Let's read from this. I'm just happy because I'm, you know, we're in it, and it's amazing. And it can be amazing when you open up your heart and have humility and realize that the next step that you can take is service to others, and we can do all these cool humanitarian things that we can go with, like, you know, like I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build the presentation for like taking old shipping containers and making a mobile holistic health centers, you know, think of, you know, like holistic Doctors Without Borders, and we go with like the microalgae bioreactors, so we can make spirulina and cracked cell chlorella and all these algae that we can feed people, and then bring some of this heirloom seeds that they have in whatever and into the specific countries that used to grow there. So you're utilizing the seed savers, and we're going to get together on this, and then we can help each other. And then once we get this rolling with the clean water and the food and the shelter in this humanitarian thing, we're gonna do more. I mean, think about how much more exploration we can do on the inside of ourselves. We can do exploration through the spiritual and metaphysical. We can go to into the depths of the ocean, and then we can pull in the secret space program into, you know, what are the soft disclosure thing, the Space Force. So, and we can utilize the, I mean, free energy as soon as the corruption's over. But remember, I want you guys to remember this. Maybe we'll have to read this later. Make this little video. That to try not to point fingers and be judgmental or do too much freak out, and let it sit first, because remember that you are also, you and I as well have made contracts with crazy, you know, the companies, the corporations, and who owns the oil companies. My tennis shoes are made out of oil. They're plastics and acrylics. Driving a car, of course, you know. This phone, this microphone, this coat is acrylic. The carpeting, that, you know, probably that blanket's not 100% organic cotton, you know. But the good news is there's going to be a bunch of industrial hemp too coming out pretty soon, because that was in the omnibus bill way back. I read through it, and you got to read through. Well, you don't have to. My suggestion is to read through all the executive orders, read through all of the bills that are being passed. There's all kinds of changes going on. We're going after all of the service to self-addiction, the corruption, okay? And things are changing. Things are lined up. It's linear time. We're in that. We're in the apocalypse of the psyche. We are in the revelation of wake-up time, or however you want to look at it. I gotta hang now. Whew, that's a lot. I was thinking about a lot it's so nice out here in the Northwest, and the sun is out, you know. Whether you want to look at it as the sun simulator, or, you know, whatever the benevolent space family's working on right now, they're doing the buffering and bringing in certain wave pulses to us And because they've got ground crew like us, and they can read us telepathically. Are we ready for it? You know, and that's how this collective thing, consciousness works. Are you ready for more light energy, more of the God source? You know, to help your template for this avatar, right? So that's what's going on. There's a lot. I'm gonna have to make several videos, I think. All right. There's, wow. I can't even, yeah. Okay, so I'll put up some charts too. And then, oh, I want to say another thing too. I know I said it last time, but please follow me on my, you know, if you want to, because there's more information and inspiration. And like I said before, on the Facebook and the Twitter, I'm starting to add little links to articles, maybe. Maybe I throw up a chart too. I'm just trying to direct people into like good, you know, good information, healthy information, right? Did I say Travis Carper, Ascension health coach? Yet? Anyways, I've got a few people I'm talking to around the world, answering questions, and a few, I guess, I call them friends because you do some coaching or some guidance instead of you know, clients. So doing some of that, and I keep studying, as always, keep being the student, because there's always more. Even if I had massive telepathy and I had psychic abilities and I was lit up and more and more enlightened, you can always go further. So still on that. Hopefully I'm still on all of the constantly studying things so that I can get the communication down for you guys. I know I've had a few people. Pretty soon I'm working on getting a the PowerPoint slide presentation together, because there's a few people that I really had to start from scratch with. And you know, it's usually just wherever you resonate, you know, those are the people that watch. So it's all good. We're all waking up a lot, man. Wow, I'm just, this is just amazing. Okay, so stay hydrated, my friends, and we are sovereign and we are free.